is it not going live? You're live. Wait, did it do it again? Wait, was I not streaming the last 5 minutes again? This is so weird. What is going on with YouTube? There it is. Wait, what? All right, this happened last time. YouTube has severely messed something up. 15 seconds. I've been streaming for multiple minutes talking to myself again. Yeah, YouTube changed something. And yeah, no, not in 4K today. Just back to 1440. So I can respond to you guys in a timely manner. But I don't know why that keeps happening. It's just been the last 2 streams. So I hit the go live button and then started talking. Then I went back to the site and then finally it went live once I went back to it. I don't know. I guess maybe I need to wait longer once I hit the button and keep the browser open. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm at San Luis Obispo, KSBP. Probably just going to fly some circuits here for a while. Sierra Bravo Papa. I got the big boy microphone is back on and in my face. I don't know. I'll never get away from using the big boy mic. It just sounds better. Unless I mess things up. What's up, HG? Brian, Mike, Josh, Deuterino, Steve, Scale Modeling USA. You're late, Skippy. I was on time as far as I knew. All right, so I got the Say Intentions livery on today. I don't know if I'll be using it today, but they released a bunch of liveries. I didn't know this either, but the tour guide thing that we looked at the other day, they actually have like 4 or 5, maybe 5 different tour guides you can pick from with various like personalities and voices. I had no idea. There's like 3 male and 2 female voices, I think. One of them says that the person's like intentionally not the brightest or something like that. So it's like if you want some kind of a comedic tour guide experience, maybe you put that person on. But I didn't realize that was the thing. This music's a little too intense, I think. We're gonna have to get rid of this. It's not matching the mood. All right, so the first thing I'm looking at is the Cessna 172, and the reason for that is in the beta. So this is Sim Update 15 beta that just got released earlier today. So you can opt in for this if you go to the Microsoft Insider Hub program on either your PC or your Xbox. You just opt in for the beta, restart your system, relaunch Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then you'll get the update like everyone else, or like everybody that's opted in. So one of the big things is I'll bring up the release notes. One of the big things I'm looking forward to are the changes on the ground with the tires, this stuff. So right here, they're calling it ground contact resolution improvements. Rolls right off the tongue, but it says more accurate ground contact model, optional soft ground collision model. And then it says it enabled the new soft gear on the 172 and the Cabri. Is that the G2? Is that the helicopter, the Cabri G2? So I'm in the 172. This only applies, it looks like it only applies to the G1000 variant of the Cessna 172. I tried the Grand Caravan to check it. I tried the DA42. And it looks like the only one that has it enabled is the stock Cessna 172 with the G1000 in it. Marcus says, have I tried Dune? Yep, I did it for like 3 hours yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Actually, when I was done with the stream yesterday, I ate and then I went back on and I was working on some of the records. I think I got to like 29th or 30th or something in one of them, which is a big deal for me, but yeah, it's pretty fun, man. I had a good time with it. We got a classic comment on the stream afterwards saying, isn't this just fantasy? Is this a game for kids? Somebody very upset that they put something fun in this simulator. As if any of us flying a Boeing 747 is not fantasy. And then it says here at the end, new high accuracy physics systems to enable vibrations and micro movements. So I think this is one of those things where it's going to take time for each plane to have this out. But the 172 has it enabled, so that's why I'm in the 172 right now. So let's get this thing started with quick start. Those are some loud engines. Turn that down a little bit. Mike says those salty tears nourish me. Absolutely. 172 is still invisible in multiplayer. Wait, really? It's invisible? Wait, has that been a problem for a while? So if you're in the G1000 172, it's invisible? Let's let me pull that engine back. All right, so I'm just on the ground in San Luis Obispo right now. So this one has the new stuff that they showed in the developer preview on the stream. If I zoom in, it's probably subtle unless I zoom in like this. Actually, let me move down a little bit so maybe you can see it a little better against like the building. So if you look here where the airframe or the panel like meets the building, it's got, and over here on the side, you can see it's got some subtle movement to it. This is not a normal thing that happens. And then if we go outside, we'll see some subtle movement here too, just looking at the airframe. It looks a little comical almost, like the way, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's basically shifting left and right ever so slightly. It's just shaking left and right. There's obviously no like animated flex. Like in this case, the tires themselves wouldn't be perfectly round on the bottom. You know, there'd be some give because of the weight of the plane. And in this case, we don't see that. But if you could imagine the tires flexing at the bottom and bulging out just slightly because of the weight of the plane, like that is the effect they're going for here, which is there should be some give with the tires and like the airframe itself. So now everything is like vibrating where it didn't normally vibrate. And if you load another plane, like you load the non G1000 Cessna 172, you won't see this kind of vibration happening. You will see it when you apply throttle. So that's normal. Like we've seen that. We'll see it like flex and like pull forward a little, like try to, you know, pulling against the brakes basically. But this is all new. These vibrations are more noticeable. Phil says, I love the ornithopter. It's so fun. Dude, I agree. It was super fun. I had a good time flying it. All right, so let's taxi around a little bit. I think I have an engine pack for the 172, so these sounds aren't totally stock. So yeah, look at this. As soon as I taxi and let go, look at the wobble. I don't know if you guys can see this wobble, but when I stop, yeah, look, when I stop moving, see that wobble back and forth? I'm pushing, I'm letting go. So there's a good like second or two of wobble after I do like a sharp turn, and that's again like simulating what the tires would be acting like, that, you know, rocking back and forth on the tires basically. So that is all new. It's pretty cool. So supposedly this will help make landings and ground handling more realistic. So we're gonna take off and just do a little lap here, do a couple landings and see how horrible they are. This is the really short runway. I am so far using no rudder. Okay, the tiniest bit of right rudder. Whoa, what the? I don't know why that just happened. Maybe too much rudder? What the heck? We must have some crazy winds. Oh my god. All right, this is maybe more realistic now. Oh yeah, we have a crazy crosswind. There we go. Then we got like a more than a, maybe like a 5 or 6 knot crosswind, it looks like. So that's the reason for that. Let me look at that again. To look at the preferred runway. I think we can just go this direction, turn around, and land on the longer runway to try it out. I'll refuse to be happy till I can feel the sensation sitting in my couch sofa, Phil. Yep. We need like a rumble pack for our couches. Okay, let's turn around now. That was a not a super smooth takeoff. That's what I get for not looking at the weather. I tried another airport before this and I had really calm winds, so. Notice it felt like the takeoff roll took longer than it normally does in the 172. We're just going to land on the long runway this time. I think the windsock was pointed more towards this way, so the wind should be a little more favorable. This is not a pattern to base any of your flying on, of course. Just getting to the landing as soon as possible. All right, 1 notch of flaps. This is a much longer runway as well. Just a normal 2,000 feet per minute descent on final. Do my normal slip. All right, I'll try to do a better pattern the next time. I'm just rushing to get to the landing. Yeah, we got a crosswind from the left. A little bit of pulling, but probably due to the crosswind. I'm not using any rudder right now on the ground. All right, let's just take off again. It's definitely a little different, like getting used to like when you rudder, when you're taxiing or you're on the takeoff roll in one direction, like using the rudders in one direction or the nose wheel steering. It's got a little bounce back and forth to it. It kind of oscillates back and forth a little bit when you hit it. So that's a new, kind of a new sensation to have in the plane. And Kevo says couch captains have become couch commander. With full immersion. Yeah, we need like the couch rumble pack. Hey, Southern Flyer, what's up? Gotta hold that right rudder in for our little climb here. Delta says drop it in to say hi. I'm not reading the rest of that message, Delta. Hey, Jimmy. Spent 15 minutes just trying to log into YouTube. Oh, that's fun. Oh, did I do a full flap? I did a full flap takeoff. Did you miss the Josh beatdown? Actually, I don't think Josh said anything about me being late. There's this weird YouTube thing now where I like... If I hit the button and then leave the web browser where I hit the button to go live, it doesn't start the stream right away. So I had to go back into the browser and like wait for 5 seconds, and then it's like, now you're live. It was really weird. Man, the visibility in a high wing is such crap. I wish I could enable the like soft gear physics on some low wing planes. Fish with the first message of the day. Thanks, Fish. Maybe somebody's talking to me. Can always count on Fish. What's up, Keith? How's it going? The Josh beatdown. The sim looks way better on Kip's machine than mine. I am running it on Ultra on a 4080 in 4K. It's downscaling to 1440p for YouTube, but I am running in 4K now as of a couple weeks ago. But for the sake of YouTube, and I streamed in 4K yesterday, but I usually do 1440p because the delay is much lower, so I can chat with you guys more in a real-time feel. If I do 4K, there's like a good 20-second delay between the time I see your chat and read it and you hear me respond to it. So it's much, much faster if you do 1440p for YouTube. At least we're not stuck in the 1080p and lower days like Twitch is, so. It's part of the reason why I'm not multi-streaming on Twitch either, is like just reserving like the ability to do 4K when I want to and leaving all that high quality encoding to just one platform. All right, let's see how we're looking here. It's looking pretty good. All right, we're under 110 knots, so I'll go flaps 1. Trim and do our turn. What's up, Super? What's different about the soft gear? It basically wobbles around in a more realistic way. Not that I can speak to in terms of like real flying, but you know, just having seen a tire in my life, it kind of responds in a more realistic way, where it's kind of like, if you picture like shimmying around in your chair right now, left and right, how there's some give left and right as you're moving around in your chair, the tires now act that way. So as you're taxiing, like and as you touch the ground, like the tires have a give, like a softness to them. Yeah, the tire experience has been elevated. Exactly. So because of that, when you land, the tire like absorbs some of that impact, and it doesn't like sway and pull you hard left like it does today. At least on my first landing here, and then on my couple I did right before the stream. We do have a nice crosswind here, so. So it is a little more wobbly, but it's basically like, they're calling it like soft gear. Like there's more airframe wobble and like simulated tire reaction to the tires being on the ground, and the like lateral movement along the tires, so. Like right now, no rudder. All right, barely a little right rudder. You see if I push hard right rudder and let go, see this wobble? Now it's reacting by pulling to the left. It's kind of like wobbling the tires. Do another one, and again. Actually, let me stop it for you guys that just connected, just so you can see, so you don't have to rewind. The sound pack is, I think this is a custom one I got off the marketplace, but there. So I got parking brake on, and if you just look at the edge of the plane, you see how it's kind of wobbling back and forth a bit? That's kind of the simulated wobble with the tires. And then if we go outside, we can see the same thing from the outside here. See how the tires kind of moving back and forth a little bit? So this kind of wobbling is what they showed in the previews on the live streams. And then like pretty much anywhere you zoom in on the airframe, it's gonna have some kind of wobble to it now. See all this wobbling happening is new, and basically the give of the tires makes it happen. Not like you're floating on ice, yeah, or like because of that, I think how it's worked right now, until now, you know, until the beta is, when you land and you touch the ground, like your nose wheel goes down and touches the ground, and then any little directional, kind of like directionality or whatever, like the tire has, is pulling you to the left or right, because there's no give in the tire itself. So I think now that give is what's making it a more smooth landing, maybe, you know, arguably more realistic. Have to listen for the real pilots to talk about it. I don't know if this is enough. We'll see if this is enough space, enough distance to take off or not. So yeah, if you make, it seems like it's a little more, it just feels bouncy. Like when I'm using the rudders, if I put in like a moderate left or right input on the rudders, when I let go, it pulls back to the opposite direction. Like it's kind of bouncy. Special occasion flight. Yeah, the beta got released for Sim Update 15, so you can opt into the beta as of like this morning. So I wanted to give it a try. And tomorrow we have Marketplace Roulette, so this is a good time to try the beta out. Kimmy says, I've noticed in the beta my planes taxi straight now. Yeah, even just the takeoff roll there, I'm barely using any rudder. Instead of like 50 to 100% right rudder sometimes. It feels pretty good. I see Josh is in the SR22. There were some changes to the SR22 as well. We'll look at a couple more things in the release notes, but what's Marketplace Roulette? So every Thursday, what I've been doing is buying multiple things from the marketplace, even if they look potentially bad, just to confirm or debunk that they may be bad. And we find some good things too. So yeah, every single Thursday when the marketplace updates, a few hours later is when I do my stream that day, 5:30 Pacific, and I just buy several things from the marketplace, and we try them out. Captain Scam and light bulbs. Yeah. Soul says, is the beta to test planes or just features in general? You can test everything that is coming out in the next update, the next sim update, before it comes out, by opting into the beta. So all you have to do, everybody can opt into the beta. All you have to do is download the Xbox Insider Hub app. It's called like Xbox Insider. It's on both PC and Xbox. Once you install that, you just opt in for the beta. You restart your system, and then when you open the sim again, it'll download an update that gives you the beta. And then you'll be on the beta until it's released. When that beta goes public and then everybody's on that version of the sim, you don't have to do anything. You were just already on it in advance of everyone else. And it can be hit or miss. Like sometimes the betas can have a lot of changes that break things in it. I haven't even changed anything in my community folder. I'm still running everything. I'm running Rex. I have all my plugins in there, all my liveries in there. Nothing, I have changed nothing except opting into the beta. All right, this is going to be a really long final. The other thing we're going to check out on the stream is the new G3X Touch by the Working Title team. That is also in the beta. It only affects the X Cub, the NX Cub, which is the nose wheel or trike variant of the X Cub, and the what is it, the VL3, which I think is a premium plane. It's like the JMB VL3. But we will check that out next to see what the G3X Touch looks like. Soul says, thanks for the marketplace roulette. Incredibly helpful. It's a lot of fun. I think it gives us that randomness that's fun to do on a live stream. So I'm having a really good time with it. And yeah, thanks to you guys being members and, you know, watching videos and supporting the channel, it's easier for me to make all those purchases. Funded by viewers like you. Kevo says, I'm a big fan of the current beta program. opt in the moment gets announced. Yeah, they've been really stable the last few. Like I've had no worries about opting in, other than knowing that I won't be able to see you guys in group flights unless you're opted in. So I potentially need to opt out for Saturday, mattering how many of you guys are going to be on the beta. It's great that you're streaming again. Yeah, it's been fun. When did I come back? Is it like November, October last year or something? It's been a good like 6 months or something like that. We missed you. Missed you guys too, man. GX3 works in the Vertigo. I can check that out. I'm not sure if it will in the beta or not. But Working Title also released like the developer portion of it. So devs can implement it if they have a G3X Touch or want to put the G3X Touch in. Fish did not miss me. At least somebody's being honest. Yep, no rudder at all right now. Now I need a little bit. It's the tiniest bit of rudder. But, you know, I actually turned on dev mode so I could get to the replay tool. I don't really use the replay tool much. Oh, it's X'd out still. Do I have to enable it in the top bar, maybe? It's been a while since I've used the Microsoft Flight Sim replay tool. Developer camera settings. I think it's up here somewhere. Capture tool. I thought it would be under camera. I didn't feel like getting a third-party one because they have one that's built in, but yeah, I'm not sure where it is. Keith says, I love you, actually hate my real brother, so I love you like a best friend. Oh, man. I just found you. I already love you like a brother. Anyway, maybe it's not up here. Alkion says, first time at your live stream, keeps going awesome. We'll try to be more of a regular. Oh, thanks for dropping in, man. Yeah, I'm just trying out the new Sim Update beta right now just to check it out since it just came out earlier today. Yeah, I don't know how to get to the replay camera. I thought I just went up here and turned it on, but it's actually grayed out, this replay right here. Let me double check. I think I have it set up in the miscellaneous. Was it experimental? Oh, replay tool is off now. That's weird. I turned it on earlier. I don't know if they redid the UI for this tool, but it doesn't look like it. It was very confusing to use this before. Because I think it would be cool to do a replay. So I'll leave this up. We'll do another one. I'll see how it works. I'll record it on our landing, and then maybe we can see the effect that it has on the tires and stuff and the airframe as we land. I think we can do it in like slow motion and things like that too. Oops, flaps were down still. Whoops, that's what I get for pulling the flaps all the way out. Whoa, we're ice skating. Or the wind picked up like crazy. Did I pass the airport? My response and voices? What? I am using AccuSeason. Yeah, I haven't changed anything at all in my community folder. Everything is exactly as it was. But when I stopped streaming last night, I just installed the beta and that's it. As the only difference is I opted in for the beta and here we are. I've had no crashes yet. It's all, yeah, everything for me is working, but you know, I try to keep my amount of mods pretty low. I mean, the main things I have are like Navigraph, Rex AccuSeason, and a bunch of marketplace mods for lights and stuff like that. I mean, so far, I don't know if I would opt into the beta if I wasn't just doing it now on stream to try things out. And the reason is I don't really fly things that have the G3X Touch in them often. I also don't fly the 172 that often anymore either. Not when we have things like the DA42 to play with and the M500 and the Comanche and, you know, all these new third-party planes that everybody's in love with. But you know, I obviously want to opt in just so I can show you guys what it looks like. We can chat another time. Do I have AccuSeason and community folder? So AccuSeason itself is its own software, and you run it like you would run like Orbex or the fly-by-wire installer. And when you run it, it installs a bunch of stuff into your community folder to override the trees and the terrain and stuff like that. So AccuSeason doesn't run like in the background like something like FSLTL does. It just, you load it to update your community folder basically. So I have like I have the current week of terrain and trees installed. Soul says I wanted to make sure because the way you said it, oh, it made me think that. Got you. Yeah, I mean, it does have things that are in the community folder. It puts stuff in the community folder. AccuSeason does. Six Cessna drifts. Oh, yeah. Really milking that landing. No butter today. I was trying to... I literally today Googled milk can be turned into butter. What can butter be turned into? I felt like a child. But I'm trying to figure out the progression between milking a landing, buttering a landing, and then what is the thing after buttering a landing that's so good that it's even better than butter, even more processed butter. So it's like the milk fats turn into cream basically, which turns into butter. Anyway. We may be adopting milk instead of just butter for the landing. Milk the landing. Grilled cheese. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, what meal is like super butter based? Crisco's not butter, is it? He grilled cheesed it. Mother's no. There's got to be some other level. Butter with sweet sugar turned. Oh, frosting. Oh, frosting works perfectly. Greasing a landing. Is greasing the same as butter though? Or is greasing supposed to be better than I thought greasing and buttering were synonymous. Is greasing actually better than buttering a landing? I like frosting. Frosting is great. I mean, because it also has to be a funny emote. Since we have the classic butter emote that, you know, every flight simmer has. In fact, if flight simmers reproduce and have children, their children, when they are born, they also have the butter emote in their library, in their files. Wow, what's going on here? It's just so common that, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit different here. All right, let's do a 2,000 foot per minute slip here. This is totally normal. Alfredo sauce. You can do fancy flavors of frosting. That's true. I do like the frosting idea. That is definitely an emote possibility. Oh, I didn't do the replay tool. Oh my God. I missed the entire point of doing this. You have to cream cheese that landing. I did not do the replay tool. I'm just so distracted with this talk of cream cheese and frosting. How can one be expected to perform under these conditions? Frosted it. Whatever is worse than milk before milk is maybe something even worse on the scale. Milk turns to butter, butter turns to frosting. I'm getting hungry. And cheese whiz. Red velvet frosting. Yeah, we could have different variations of frosting. The problem is that's kind of these ideas are too good where it's threatening the brand of the channel. I've committed very strongly to the different types of chairs, and now we're talking about frosting. It's making me regret that decision. Cheddar landing. Sour milk. Yeah, spoiled milk. Okay, I had the replay tool. Here, I'll put the replay tool right here. This is my reminder. If somehow I still forget after this being in the center of the screen, I'm just gonna retire. Cheddar for money. Yeah, that's true. the milk's still in the cow landing. Frosting with sprinkles. Hey, that is the best kind of Dunkin' Donut, by the way. I know there are going to be people that defend Krispy Kreme now that we're on the topic of donuts, but you're wrong. A Dunkin' Donuts chocolate frosted with sprinkles donut is the best donut. No need for any other donuts. Don't even try. Krispy Kreme, yeah, in California. Yes, we do. I never go there. I'll do Dunkin' Donuts every now and then. Sometimes I actually crave a Dunkin' Donuts like bagel breakfast sandwich. They're pretty good. I do hear the Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwiches are amazing, but I have not partaken yet. Have to get a frosting sponsorship. I'll leave that up to my marketing manager, Delta Tango. The guy that says the forbidden words in the chat. Slicker than snot on the doorknob. Too sweet. Yeah, that's my problem with Krispy Kreme. Well, some people really don't like the fluffy donuts, and I do. Some people want the really dense ones. Phil says you need voodoo donuts. Maple bacon donut. That sounds good. I would try it. It sounds too sweet for my donut taste. Oh yeah, not recording quite yet. Thanks, Phil. So I think I hit this, and then yeah, this UI is horrible, but apparently this is what the team at Microsoft uses when they make those incredible trailers. So I don't know if it's good enough for them. I guess it could be good enough for me, for us. An utterly bad landing. What's up, Barry? Does the mic sound okay, by the way, guys? I know I ask this every stream because I am on a never-ending quest to improve my audio quality. And I changed to a whole new interface the other day. I tried a new headset that Rode makes, which is pretty good. But I'm just such a dork, I just want... And if you're on a phone, everything sounds good pretty much. Anyway, if it sounds like crap, let me know. Alright, let's start the recording and see how this even works. Set sequence location. I don't know, I guess I hit that. I have no idea. We'll just leave that alone and see what happens. 5x5, nice. Sound is fine. Alright, let's get our head tracking on here. Very important. Pretty high as usual. I need to do more traffic pattern work, that's for sure. The mic could use a bit of frosting. Other than that, it's delicious. Could always be better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dump my flaps early again. I'm so bad at going, like making my turns tight enough or something. Or it's really just descending in the turn that I'm not doing. All right, but we are using the recording tool. We'll see how it goes.
500.
I slip every landing, just how it works. All right, we got red on the Vazzies now. Needed a little bit of right rudder there. I was a little off center. And then let me do a little rudder action here to see what the bounciness looks like. You can kind of see the bounciness every time I push on the rudder. All right, let's see how this replay tool works. I haven't used this in forever. Keith says, I'm in bed watching on my big screen TV. Sounds fantastic. Sounds comfy. Okay, so wait, stop. Reset sequence location. What? That didn't do anything. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now can we go outside? It doesn't want me to go outside. Do I have to hit it? Oh, now I'm outside. Am I in the drone view? Okay, we are in the drone view. Okay, this is kind of working. And I don't think there's... What does this do? Oh, it adds a marker. Interesting. All right, looks like we're replaying. Wait. No, I'm just flying the plane right now. Wait, what's happening? Oh, I'm in the plane. What the heck? Where's the replay part? Oh, there we go. I don't think I can get outside of the plane. Ah, this is why this replay tool is bad. It doesn't let you go outside of the plane? Oh, I think that's the issue. I was like, wait, there's no way I wasn't lined up at that point. Yeah, it looks like you can fast forward, which... Wait, now I'm outside the plane. What is going on? Set sequence location. Does that... Now I'm flying again? Now I'm flying the plane again. Yeah, it forces you to be inside the plane. All right, that's why this is... Wait, why is it doing that? All right, this thing is not good. And now I'm back in the air. Yeah, that's strange. I think I'll need a proper replay tool. But anyway, I think I don't know, I think it's good enough. I mean, my opinion is it's improved. Yeah, that is crap. Maybe they don't use that. They do. There's probably a way to use it. Maybe I'm just not getting it. Yeah, I would say it's noticeable and it's good. Like having this in every other plane and opening it up for developers, like, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great when we have this for other planes. Oh, chase plane from Parallel 42. Is that in the marketplace? You know how much I love the marketplace. Southern says I have their other apps which are awesome for this. Yeah, Parallel 42 is amazing, man. They're so great. I think they're up there with like Got Friends as well. Like for like, I don't know why they feel like a small development team. They're not like a PMDG or something like that, but man, it's so good. Yeah, I do need to get in the habit of using a replay tool. I just haven't. All right, let's check. We're going to go look at the G3X Touch now. Oh, it's 2 guys? Parallel 42, really? Yeah, that's super impressive. I love all the Parallel 42 stuff. Okay, so in the release notes, so we hit, in my opinion, this is one of the biggest things. There are a lot of things in the release notes. So we just looked at this part right here, general. So I don't know if any of this affects any plane besides the 172 right now. Because it says more accurate ground contact model. I don't know if that's for every plane or not. And then optional soft ground collision model for tires and flexible gear. And they enabled that for the Cessna 172 and the Cabri G2, I think. So the way I'm reading this, we should have the ground contact model for everything. That sounds like a global change. So we'll see how it is. GA Enthusiast says, how's the G3X? We're about to jump into it. We just checked out the new ground contact stuff with the 172. So it has like a soft tire kind of feel to it. I like it. I'm excited to see what it feels like in other planes. But right now, it's that soft tire thing is only enabled on the Cessna 172 G1000 model. And then down here, yeah, so SR22, I don't know that I'll get to this, but this is something I noted when I was using the SR22 last. The elevator trim, it says, is now reflected in the control stick position. So the way, let me bring up the SR22 in the hangar real quick. So the way that the SR22 trim works is that it just moves your stick in and out. It sets the default like resting position of the stick itself. So right here where it says trim, and actually this might be part of the fix. When I was flying it, this was set to the center position. So picture this part sliding out and that this metal thing stays here. This is your indicator of where it's trimmed to. So it's slightly nose down of takeoff right now. So if we set this to takeoff, this whole part, the stick itself slides out as if we're pulling on it, except using the trim pulls it out and that it becomes the new neutral position of the stick. So as you push and pull the stick, it slides in and out, and this stays the same. So if you're just using the electric pitch trim, it's as if you're pushing the stick in and out as well, but it just sets that neutral, I'm not touching the stick position of the stick itself. So apparently that is fixed. So if we hit the trim in this, we should see this slide in and out. That wasn't the case before, so you didn't know what your trim was set to. So that should be a pretty nice improvement. Okay, and then, yeah, they have some bug fixes for the SR22 as well. Like cabin lighting positions and stuff like that. This is pretty good, I think, for people that fly the Longitude. I know a lot of people love that plane. They added, it says, support for voice callouts for 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 feet. So I don't know if that means those voices are in there or not. Like, what does added support mean? Are those voices in there? I guess that's something else I could test if we have some time. And then there's, yeah, other bug fixes like the Boeings. I'm not too concerned with those. A bunch of bug fixes for the 430, 530 and the G1000. They're just all fixes. I don't see any new features in there. And then, yeah, this is the big one, is the G3X Touch. So we'll look at that right now. So right now, this is only available in 3 planes. It's the X Cub, the NX Cub, which is the tricycle variant of the X Cub, which is tail dragger. And then the VL, what is it, the VL3, which I believe is a premium plane. It's what, the JMB. This guy, the JMB VL3 is another one. Oh, and then the Vertigo, I guess, is also JMB. And one of you guys mentioned earlier that the devs are going to put G3X Touch in here. I think they have to do it themselves, though. I don't think they get it by default. Just kind of like when Working Title redid the G1000 and they redid the 530, 430, devs had to implement them. Maybe we'll get a marketplace, little marketplace thing where we can grab it and force all third-party planes to have it. Anyway, we'll find out in time, but for now, we would hop in one of these to try it out. I'll just do the NX Cub because everybody has the Cub. The NX Cub is just easier to fly. For me, at least. So let's go back to San Luis Obispo. And we'll let it just start on the runway this time. Optional ground control seems global. Oh, the ground control system is global. Maybe that's in the settings. I could check the settings. Chase plane does not work with Flight Simulator. Mike says Cirrus just released a new SR22 with a G3000. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, is it the G6 or G7? I think it's the G7. Whereas the one that the Working Title team worked on, I think, was based on the G6. Is the Vertigo a real plane? I believe it was like a prototype or something, right? I think somebody said it was a prototype. I had the same question when I flew the Vertigo. It's because it's basically like a tiny prop plane, but with a insanely powerful turboprop engine in it. All right, so here we go, G3X Touch. You can already tell it's different. Like you can just instantly see the design is different. So let's start pressing some stuff here. So we got our COM 1 radio up here, transponder. All these are just touch friendly. ident, nav1 radio frequency comes up. So we have like a similar, just, you know, this looks very, it is Garmin, so it looks very Garmin. We have back, enter. We can just type in the frequency. And transfer to swap it. And then in the old one, you could click the HSI. Yep, so if you click the HSI, this opens up your PFD options. So this is where you change your CDI source. Most importantly, if you get stuck on green needles. So click the HSI here to get into changing it between your nav radio and GPS for your routing. Flight plan source. Okay, this is a dev related thing, I think. Something I was reading in the working title Discord is people talking about, they added a new channel for the G3X Touch. And basically, like my understanding of the G3X Touch is that this is not like a touchscreen G1000. Like this is basically, it's more like, if you know the Garmin G5, it's basically this. Like it's like a little digital attitude indicator. The G3X Touch is more like a beefy G5. Like it's not meant for like full IFR navigation with integrated autopilot. Like we have an external autopilot in this one. It is not meant to be like a touchscreen G1000. So the capabilities are a lot more limited than we might think originally. We might assume that there's a lot more it can do. But we will see. Like I think for one, like VNav doesn't work in it. Maybe it'll be there in the future, but it's basically like it's basically just like a navigational aid instead of like a full navigation system. And then we can split it up here. Hopefully eventually, like hopefully we'll see a Navigraph plugin for this to get our charts up here, because that would be incredible. Just to be able to click and drag like we can in the GTN. So yeah, we can click and drag. We can hit the plane to go back to follow mode. And then, yep, down here at the bottom, yeah, this brings up our page menu. I think we can use the knob here to get to it as well. Yeah, so kind of like on the G1000 this, and the 530, 430. Big knob down here will change your page. So we have map, waypoint. So I don't have a waypoint selected. Looks like I can't click a waypoint. So if we had a waypoint entered, I guess it would be here. Oh, there we go. So we can just push the cursor to enter a waypoint. Wonder if there's a way to click to enter one. Only if you go through the bottom menu. No, you have to, yeah, you hit here zoom or edit waypoint. So this knob is to zoom, but if you push it, it goes to waypoint identifier. So we can put in like SMX. This is basically the waypoint page. Okay, now we have tabs on the side. So this is like a weird cross between like G3X and GTN 750. Yeah, like Phil's saying, G3X is a lightweight GTN 750. So we have these tabs just like the 750 does. Frequencies. We can tap this. Nice. And it gives us the option to tune it to COM 1 or COM 2. Do we have a COM 2? Oh, we do have a COM 2. It's just going to be in the audio panel. So let's put it on COM 2 and then monitor COM 2. COM 2. Might have voices turned off. Or what I actually have turned off is ATC text to speech. So now we should hear the ATIS. Or not. Let's try COM 1. Maybe it's the wrong frequency. COM 2 on the ASOS. Doesn't like me. So maybe oh, sorry, I'm looking at Santa Maria. That's why. I'm smart. Let's look at the airport we're actually at. That might be a good idea. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. Frequencies for where we actually are. Let's do COM 2 this time. We are monitoring COM 2. No. So maybe it's just not working. Maybe because I love AI ATC so much, it abandoned me. It won't let me do it anymore. Oh yeah, these runway diagrams look quite different than they do on the other avionics. They're just much larger. That's pretty nice. And then we have the runway selector down here. And we have weather. Sweet, so it's pulling in. Let's see if this is actually from the sim or not. Or if it's the same source if we go here and click the airport. Let's see, 230 at 5. Yep, 10 miles. And it translates it for us here. Volume knob. Oh yeah, let me try the volume knob. Actually, is there a volume knob? I think we have to do it in here. Nope. This is heading and altitude down here. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have a volume knob. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, I am, that's user error. I didn't make it active. Right, it's been a while since I've used these. When you hit this and you hit COM 1, it puts it in standby, of course. Sorry, that's a user error. So for COM 2, then, if you... get it away. Get it away. Okay, so yeah, if you wanted to use it on COM 2, then you would have to go in here, hit ATIS, hit COM 2, then go hit the audio panel. So where is COM 2? Yeah, I don't see the COM 2. Maybe there... We have nav 1 up here, COM 1 up here, but no COM 2. And maybe there's just no COM 2 radio. All right, let's go back to the map. I just want to see map options if there are any. Oh, right. We have the menu button. Okay, right. So just like you would on 530, 430, you hit the menu button in the context of the screen you're on to get the options. So actually, if I go full screen and hit menu, do we get CDI? We do. Okay. So you can either touch the HSI to get the PFD options, or you can hit the menu button if you're not in split mode. But once you're in split mode, the menu button's going to relate to your right side split screen here. So if we hit this, we get map. So we can turn on terrain, traffic, and our detail level and all that stuff. Auto zoom, north up, compass arc, and we can click and drag for more options here. North up on ground, all these map type, terrain shading is on, cool. And a bunch of in-op ones. Selected altitude arc, the banana. And then, oh, track vector as well, nice. So we have all those options just for the map section. Let's see. And then we hit back to get out. Okay. So now if I go over to like flight plan, for example, let's put in a waypoint. We'll go San Luis Obispo. And I'll put in Santa Maria. Nice. It automatically zoomed out to show us the full route. And then we have our departure shown over here on the left departure phase. Do you have an analog computer 2 on the panel? A COM 2? I don't think so. Are there breakers for COM 2? Just says COM here. It might just be that there's only one COM radio in the X Cub. Or the NX Cub. Alright, so we got flight plan, and I think we can choose... can we choose an approach? I don't know if we can. Flight plan menu. I would expect it to be... Oh, yeah, right here. Sorry. Select approach. I'm looking for a big proc. The word proc. But instead we have select approach. Nice. So we have our approaches, ILS, RNAVs. Nice. As you choose them, it's also updating this tiny map here and giving you a preview of the approach. It looks like, yeah, we have all the waypoints and the runway. Andrew says, what do you mean the soft gear? If you rewind in the stream, you can see us testing it out. So it's a new like soft tire model that's built into the Cessna 172 for now. Basically, the tires have give to them now. They were like rock hard before, and now they bounce and like sway back and forth and stuff. They're not animated to show that yet, but you can see how the tires are kind of wobbly. They have some give to them. The way I described earlier is like if you like kind of just move your hips and your body in your chair, and like you swiggle around in your chair a little bit, the tires now act that way in the plane, whereas they didn't before. So they're testing that as part of this sim update. So compared to the 172 we were in, when we did this, you know, it is bouncing around a little bit here. I wonder if let me just taxi just for a second and see if the tires work the same way in this. No, it's different feeling. It's not quite as wobbly. So yeah, I think it is only, I mean, they said it's only enabled in the 172, so that's what we were looking at before. Okay, so we do have our approaches, so we can choose our runway. So I'll just choose the ILS load approach, and then that puts it down here. And I guess I would need to activate the approach manually. Man, there's so many menus to go through. So we can hit menu twice for the main menu. Flight controls. Oh, this is, okay. Automatic flight control system. So this gives us like a touchscreen ability to interact with our autopilot controls, I guess. Let's set our heading. So the left knob right now is heading and altitude. So we'll set that straight ahead and turn on heading mode. IAS mode. Wonder how I change, oh, nose up and nose down right here. So if you don't have these buttons in the autopilot, I guess this is a fallback to do them digitally. But there's no internal autopilot, so maybe this is for like debugging or something. Actually, I think you can optionally get, yeah, I was looking at the G3X Touch manual like when they announced it, and there is some option to add like an internal Garmin autopilot or a unit that'll give it authority over, you know, your pitch and over your axes, basically your pitch, your roll, and your rudder. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the future, like how many planes this gets implemented in. Maybe there are options for using it here without an external autopilot unit. I don't know exactly the purpose. All right, 65. Yeah, so we can set all that stuff here, which is, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Under flight controls. Oh, here's COM2 radio. There we go. We found it. We found it, Barry. So this takes a while to get to, though. So like if we're gonna do this realistically, and we're like, oh, I really need to get the ATIS, I have to go to waypoint. And actually, maybe I can go to flight plan, hit San Luis Obispo, waypoint info. All right, so that's the shortcut. Now we can get to frequencies. If I want to monitor ATIS on COM2, I have to click here, put it in COM2, which puts it in the standby field. Now I have to back out, hit menu twice, then go to COM2 radio, and then hit XFIR, I think. Yeah, then I would hit XFIR, and then I would click this to monitor COM2. It is a lot of steps. But if you're doing your job and you're ahead of the plane, you know, it's going to take you 30 seconds to do it instead of maybe it'll be 10 seconds in other avionics, where we have access to our COM1 and COM2 more easily. Yeah, it's a lot of clicks, but at least it's doable. Good, that sucks. I need VATSIM integration. I don't know. I haven't seen it mentioned, but we're still looking through. I mean, we have weather, terrain, or those are off. Chart is here listed, but grayed out. So yeah, chart, weather, and terrain are grayed out still. Then we have traffic. I assume I have to turn this on. Audio panel, transponder. We also have transponder up here, so I think that's just a shortcut to that probably. Let's try this transponder. Yeah, so you can just click up here to get the transponder. That's really fast. That was like 15 steps. Yeah. I think I mean, at least we know how to do it if we have to. Okay, then we have a timer and then a setup. Whoa. See, I didn't even... Okay. There is so much stuff in here. Data bar, display, sound, units, time, map. So this is where... Okay, it's a shortcut to what we've seen here already. PFD options. Okay, nice. This is where we can turn on the wind vector. I will turn that on. HSI orientation, heading or auto track versus heading. What? Okay, I've never seen this kind of an option before. That's interesting. I'm curious to see what that looks like. Right side knob action. So I think that probably means you're on full. Yeah, so when you're full, right now this is to set your altimeter. But if we go back into the menu, go down to settings again or setup, PFD, we can change that, I guess. We can change it to heading altitude. The left knob is doing that, so I don't know. Press to toggle knob action. Don't know what that means. Synthetic vision, we can turn that on and off. And lateral deviation, so if you're, I guess this is just if you want to see the dot deviation a little more clearly compared to what you see on the HSI already. Maybe you can turn the HSI. We have bearing pointers. Yeah, inset window. So maybe you can turn on the HSI map if we're in full mode. Oh no, it puts it in the corner. Man, this thing has so many features. It's pretty crazy. There's a ton of stuff in here. Okay, and then we have map settings. We looked at those earlier. Time. So if you want to change your time format. Oh, we can do a 12-hour clock. Amazing. So it's showing in-sim time in a 12-hour format instead of UTC. Soul says line the 2 dots on the screen. Yeah, aim for a good landing. There's even more options. I think we looked at some of these already. All right, let's go back into... There's so many menus. What's crazy is how many things are grayed out. Even with all these things grayed out, there's just so much stuff. So you can change all your units here if you're flying elsewhere in the world besides the US and you don't want to use inches of mercury or pounds. And then we haven't even looked at this stuff yet. We have a whole fuel calculator, fuel economy. So all the units for that stuff. We have a minimums alert that's enabled by default and an altitude alert. So I assume this is the 1,000 warning. When we get up to our cruise or our selected altitude, it'll give us a beep letting us know that we're 1,000 feet away from our target altitude. And then minimums alert. I assume we set that in here. Yep, we have our minimums right in here. Yeah, and it's baro minimums only, I guess. That makes sense. Okay, how many more settings do we have? Trying to be thorough. I'm learning right now as well. PFD startup page. Oh, nice. So you can force it to start up in a split mode, I guess. I wonder if this saves between sessions. Maybe not now, but I assume that with state saving support, it would remember your preferences. So you can start in split screen. Split screen side, left or right. Whoa. That's kind of trippy. Engine information, display location, both PFD, MFD. Okay, so if you have multiple G3X touches, you could choose which screen the engine information system here on the left is displayed on. And right now it says both. So maybe someday when we have a plane that has 2 of these, knob zoom action, normal or reverse. Okay. And then data bar. Oh, is this the top bar? Mode button side screen. Oh, it is. Yeah, so this top, I guess this is called the data bar. Radio volume indicator. I don't see that indicator. It says it's showing it. Yeah, maybe that's not implemented yet. Radio volume shortcut, emergency button. Timer button. Oh, nice. Oh, that's so cool. Little short, quick access to a chrono. You need to time a pattern or something like that. Time your do like a block time thing or time a hold. And then max displayed field count. Not sure what this is changing yet. Oh, the data fields. So can we see the data fields? Touch data bar field to change. Oh, right up here, right. Okay. So I guess mattering the size of the screen or which options we turn on or off, we may be able to see more of these. Oh. Okay. Cool. Sorry, this is kind of, this is crazy. I've never touched a G3X Touch besides the one that's been in the sim for 3 years, so. Your screen's starting to look like a news broadcast. With tickers? Wait, what do you mean with tickers? Oh, just having like all this at the top? Okay, so yeah, we can, I guess, go here to change our data field. So we have bearing, altitude. What was there by default? Desired track, probably. I don't know how we get it to show more, though. Let me turn the timer back off. Maybe that was one. Timer button, hide. Yeah, so we get one more data field when we hide the timer button. So now I have the option to show something else, like distance here. And we have all the classics here. Endurance, fuel economy, fuel remaining, ground speed. Ground speed is down here already. Ground track. Height above ground level. We have AGL here. Kind of awesome. ISA temperature. Mach number. We're going to need this, obviously. Next waypoint. Kind of have that already. I'll get the timer off. Nice. And then time on route. Time of arrival. All right, cool. All right, I think we should fly this thing around a little bit. Obviously, nothing is like changed with the plane itself. We're just looking at the avionics, but how do I hide the timer? Timer, please. User timer. I'm not sure how to turn it off. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have a timer. All right, well, let's fly towards San Luis Obispo. Just see this thing in action more than on the ground. What do you spend like 30 minutes looking at the button? Sorry. I have a crazy tailwind right now. Wait, that one to the left was showing a tailwind. This one up here is showing a crosswind. Which one is it? We'll never know. Go back now. How you added the shortcut? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be it. All right, let's go heading. IAS. Already set that up. Autopilot. Oh, autopilot was... Did I have it on already? Whoa, whoa. It really wants to pitch me down? The selected altitude's messing with it. Let's try again. Nope, nope. Very much wants to point me at the ground. Heading mode, indicated airspeed mode set to, it was at 65 knots. Autopilot, please. Yeah. Autopilot doesn't seem safe to use right now. I wish the circuit breakers work, because then I could turn them, maybe turn it all off and back on again. I set indicated airspeed. Let's try vertical speed mode instead. No, it's just diving me to the ground every time. Look at this. It's almost like it thinks it's pitching up when it's actually pitching down. It's like reversed. Okay, so vertical speed mode, it doesn't like that one. Stick disconnect. Like the flight director is showing up as well, but the nose is pitching down. Yeah, you can do a disconnect like that. Do you think that'll reset it maybe? Did that work? When I re-engage vertical speed, it went to negative 500. Okay, I think it might be working now. Let's try indicated. Let's try flight level change, IAS mode. Okay, now it's working. Hey, that worked. Trim was good. Yeah, I had trim set when I was flying for takeoff. It seemed fine. All right, we're moving now. All right, so let's see how nav mode does. This is a working title production, so I'm sure we're gonna have to turn over here onto course before FMS or nav mode will work, as we're used to. And let's get rid of these ATC voices again. No more. I think I want to turn on, I'm just going to turn them off completely. I'm going to turn on say intentions while we're flying, because I also want to check out, they released some new voices, or I don't know if they were always in there, but there are new voices for the tour guide, and I just want to hear them because some of them sound like they might be hilarious. So we can tune into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with say intentions, and we get a tour guide. So we'll see if they tell us anything about the area around San Luis Obispo Airport. Is it reversed for the nose setting? I don't know why I was doing that, but all I did was, I did what you suggested and changed the...
Oh, Kip, right beneath us at our 12 o'clock. There's the Harold J. Mayosi Art Gallery, which is about as exciting as watching paint dry. Except here, the paint's already dry and stuck to canvases. This gallery was named after a local philanthropist, Harold J. Mayosi. A chap who probably thought, I'm a bit too much money. Why not put it on the walls? It's a spot where art enthusiasts gather to stare at things and pretend they feel something profound. Now my friend Toby, he once visited the gallery, and in a moment of what can only be described as performance art, mistook an abstract sculpture for a coat rack. Before anyone could stop him, his jacket was part of the exhibit, and so was he when he tried to retrieve it. They say art is subjective.
Wow.
But securing him out. People who enjoy this sight are usually the types who like to nod slowly at a splodge of paint and say things like, ah, yes, the agony of existence, while the rest of us just see a splodge that looks like a sad face or a duck, depending on how you squint.
She just keeps going. Jason says her and her stories about Toby are going to drive you crazy. Yeah, I didn't even realize that I don't know if they added these in later. I haven't caught up on the Say Intentions Discord for a few days. But yeah, if I go to their website, I can go to settings, and there are 5 different voices. Yeah, here they are. So when you're a member, like if you pay for it, whatever, I think if you try the demo, maybe this is available too for the test area. So yeah, I turned it to Janet. It says, a little rambly and perhaps not that smart, guaranteed to make you go cross-eyed, wonder how she ever got a job as a tour guide. And then there's Sarah and Jeff. These are both like more professional. It says Sarah's perfect professional tour guide. Jeff's educated and verbose. And then we have Trav. We're going to have to try this one out right now. So there are 4, and then the last one is it lets them take turns, so that's kind of cool too. And then I just go down and save my data.
At our 3 o'clock, 0 miles out, heading 180. We've got the mission, San Luis Obispo de Tolosa, Kip, built in 1772. It's one of the oldest
is that it right there?
that humans decided to stick in California because
I'm actually curious if I can just go over there and
look.
look.
It was a good idea at the time. It's a church, so it's where people go to ask a higher power why their toast always lands butter side down. Now my mate Toby, he once went there.
Oh, here comes the Toby stuff, I guess.
Which mostly involves stealing garden gnomes.
I don't know if I can spot the mission.
The priest actually ran out of the confession booth. So it's not just historic, it's also Toby-proof, which is saying something.
Apparently she talks about Toby a lot. Jason says, I literally said this would be cool. Brian had it working 5 hours later. Yeah, that is accurate. Yeah, the devs there, like Brian is absolutely a machine. He's crazy. He is so dedicated to this thing, and yeah, it's awesome, man. I have a great time using it every time. I did like this. This is the kind of thing that I love about AI and just like non-human ATC is you can turn on some silly stuff and have fun with it when you want to. It's just like the sim itself, right? You can take it seriously. You can fly the Dune dragonfly plane. What's it called? The ornithopter. You could fly that if you want to because you think it's fun, or you can take it very seriously. And that's, for me, like that's what simming is so powerful for, right? Like you can do whatever you want moment to moment. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. He made that in like half a day. And I just realized I'm not on course. I thought I turned it to be on course. Did I change our route here? Let's get us onto course, climbing a little bit. So yeah, the autopilot seems to be working now. I'm not sure exactly what happened when I first turned it on. We're gonna go heading mode over this way. Oh, it says it's suspended. Why is that? I'm gonna go check the flight plan. Oh, it's because it's going, I haven't activated the approach, so it's just going, it only has one more waypoint in the sequence.
Hey Kip, at our 3 o'clock,
So it's
right
suspended
below
for now.
is the Iron Road Pioneers. It's like a tribute to
3
the old
o'clock?
railroaders. Man, those guys were the real deal, laying down tracks across the Wild West. Kinda cool if you're into that old-timey stuff.
So that might be the Kevin character. Yeah, I think I switched it to Kevin. It said he's like a kid. Did they say railroad tracks? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I just wanted to turn it on for a minute to see, just to check out the voices because I didn't look at them when I used it the other day. So how do I activate the approach? Menu. Okay, I click the approach name and then activate approach. All right, so now we're going direct to Hildy. And then from Hildy, oh, we just have the runway. So we just have Hildy. And 17 miles and then 5 miles to the runway after that. Runway 12. Let's see what kind of... Yeah, I can just go to... Let's see, back. How do I get to Santa Maria now? It's off the list. Yeah, there's no Santa Maria waypoint anymore now that I've activated it. Select approach. Okay, I can kind of get to it from up here, not really. So if I want to get to, yeah, maybe, I don't know if this is a bug. I want to get to the Santa Maria waypoint page, but I'm going to have to go in through this way and enter it myself, I guess. So I guess in the future, like if Navigraph makes a charts plugin, hopefully we would see, just like they did for the G1000, the G3000, hopefully we'd see it show up here. Oh, and it shows us the wind for the runways here. That's not something we get in the other Garmin's. Yeah, we'd have to look up the METAR to get this, but this is showing us... Is this the preferred runway? They both say 0 for the headwind and tailwind. And then here it just says 0, 0. All right. You don't see any tracks?
Hey Kip, at our 11
I did
o'clock,
not, yeah.
right below us, is the Arroyo Grande Valley. It's kinda chill, lots of vineyards and stuff.
Kinda
People go
chill.
wine tasting, but you know, we're flying.
Good for wine tasting. Hey, simulator. Wine it up. GA Enthusiast says there isn't even good payware G3X add-on out there. It's amazing what working titled it. Yeah, I don't know offhand how many planes use the G3X Touch. The ones that they said will work right now in the beta are, yeah, the NX Cub, the X Cub, which is a tail dragger version of this. This is the NX Cub, which is the tricycle version. And then the JLB VL3. I don't know if it's premium or deluxe. I think it is either in premium, in deluxe or deluxe premium. I'm not sure which one. Those three have it, and then some Got Friends planes have it. Like I think one of you guys said the Vertigo has a G3X Touch. There are other planes that have weird variations of the G3X with like the non-touch ones with more with like soft keys on the bottom, and I don't think those are supported. I think it's specifically the touchscreen variants that are going to be supported. And then it's going to be kind of like what we had with the G1000 NXI when it came out. I assume it's going to be something like where like each dev will have to implement it themselves to make it working for their plane. The King Air, yeah, I think the King Air, I thought the King Air did have G3X Touch, or maybe it's just two G3Xs, the non-touch ones. Am I being harassed by the other plane? No, he's a friend. Look. He's one of ours. He's just doing normal things. This is totally fine. Yeah, it's Bobo. Jason says, as a newbie to the Flight Sim World, Kip, I appreciate your... Oh, thanks, Jason. Yeah, glad to have you here, dude. If you have any questions, let me know. I mean, this is kind of an impromptu Wednesday stream because the beta came out today. Tomorrow...
At around 3 o'clock, right there, is the swinging bridge. It's kind of cool, I guess. People walk across it and stuff. It wobbles.
There? At our 3 o'clock... Oh, is that the... There's a swinging bridge? People walk across it and stuff. It's kind of funny. You can turn on a more casual one. Let me turn on one of the professional ones. I'll turn on Sarah. All right, I just switched it to Sarah. For Sarah, it says short to the point. I kind of like that. I think Jeff might be the one we had on originally. For his description for that tour guide, it said educated and verbose. So for Sarah, it says short to the point, friendly and fun. Perfect professional tour guide. We'll see what she sounds like too. A fellow couch enthusiast. Yeah, and tomorrow's normally scheduled stream, at the same time, during the week, it's 5:30 California time, right after work. I'll do the Mountain gifted one to a Marchie. Thanks, Mountain. Welcome to the Couch Captains. Pull up your stool. Don't slide your butt across the stool. It's low quality. You'll get splinters. Thank you, Mountain. But yeah, tomorrow's stream is focused on the marketplace updates because every Thursday there's marketplace updates in Microsoft Flight Sim. So we just chill out, we buy a few things on the marketplace and try them out, see what's good, see what's crappy. Most of the time it's good, sometimes we find some crappy stuff. Not gonna lie, we had some bad experiences one of the weeks. And that's what made it fun though. Alligator, thanks for joining too, dude. And the Discord earlier today. And motivating us to get the on-air VA started again. You're just doing everything today. Appreciate that. Yeah, we've been talking about getting the on-air company VA started back up. So I started it back up. We don't have goals quite yet, but I think it would be fun to do all of the industry stuff, like building base camps, getting all the hunters and miners and stuff. You basically bring workers to your base camp and they produce goods for you, and then you shuttle those goods that you produce to other places and sell them for profit. So it could be pretty fun. And it'll get us into more bush flying stuff instead of just going to major airports and stuff like that.
Hey Kip, if you look at 12 o'clock right there, you'll see the Luffa farm. It's where they grow those sponge things you scrub with in the shower. Man, pretty chill spot.
The Luffa farm? Did he just say he's saying this is a loofah farm, or they grow the stuff you, you wash with? Alligator says, yep, I've been binge watching your past streams for some time now. Oh, thanks so much, man. Appreciate that. I hope they're not too embarrassing. Chase says, loving On Air. Yeah, On Air is so good. I always recommend it because even though it's got a little sticker shock, especially if you go month to month, which I would not recommend, definitely get like a year. A year if you do On Air Company past the trial. But it just has so many features. Like there is something, every day you fly, there's something different you could pick to do. And that's why I think it's awesome. The whole industries feature is crazy, and I think we'll get into that in the VA. Pronounced it wrong? Yeah. Llama farm. Yeah, then he said like what you scrub your body with or something. I was like, oh, it meant loofah. Maybe it'll change the voice now. It seems like it'll take a minute for it to Oh, I don't think I hit save. Okay, I think I did now. Yeah, what's crazy is like with Say Intentions, it's for VFR only. I think they're working on IFR. And then all of a sudden we had multiplayer be introduced. And then all of a sudden we have automatic tour guides. Like all you have to do is tune into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just leave it there. You don't have to key the mic or anything. And it just figures out where you're flying. It's global as well. It's not just in the USA. And it just calls out points of interest around you and gives you history of things. And you have 4 different tour guides to pick from already. It's nuts. Brian, if you're hearing this somehow, not working your ass off like you always are, incredible job, man. It's really cool. All right, we're just headed to Santa Maria. Actually, I haven't been looking at the map at all. 1 mile. Oh, should probably be looking at the map. All right, we're about to make our left-hand turn, and then we're going to land at Santa Maria. So yeah, I think the main thing with the G3X to keep in mind is it's not going to be as full-featured. I mean, it's got a ton of features, but I do know that like VNav is not something that's like
At our 11
realistic
o'clock,
to
just
support.
off the nose, you'll find the Santa Maria Railroad crossing. This isn't just any crossing. It's a unique spot where 2 rail lines intersect at a shaped angle rather than the typical 90 degrees. It's a bit of a local curiosity and a nod to the days when rail was king. Train spotters and history buffs get a kick out of this place, watching the precision of engineering that goes into keeping those big machines from playing an unintentional game of chicken. Keep our eyes peeled, Kip, and you might just see a train dance.
Oh, that would be awesome if we could see trains. All right, I'll turn off the tour guide for now. It can be a little distracting if you're, when we're chatting with each other and all that stuff. The llama farm. What is that thing? It's part of the new, that Say Intentions AI ATC that's in like a paid beta right now. And it's a tour guide feature. So you can just turn on, you can just tune into 123.45 and it will work globally. And the AI will just call out, points of interest to you and give you history. And there's like 4 different tour guides to pick from. And it's pretty awesome. Jason says, Say Intentions will also pull in your latest sim brief. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't tried it yet, but I did put my sim brief ID in the settings. I realize we're over speeding. Sorry. I'm trying to slip to slow us down a little bit and get down. All right, so yeah, G3X Touch. I mean, this is crazy that this is the very first beta version that's out and it already has all these features. So I guess that's kind of the benefit of probably all of the work they did, to set the foundation for the G1000 NXI, is it 2.5 years ago? Is it almost 3 years? It might almost be 3 years old, but all the work they did to set that up, I'm sure accelerates a lot of this stuff, like all the autopilot logic and things like that. But I mean, this is the first version of it. I don't think I'll end up using it. Well, I'll probably eat my words, but in general, I don't fly too many planes that have the G3X Touch anyway. But I think what's really cool about it is that it's going to open it up to more developers that make smaller planes and experimental planes, kind of like the planes that Got Friends makes, like the Double Ender and the Vertigo and stuff like that. Or is the Vertigo Got Friends or Simwork Studios? But those style of more experimental planes, like the G3X Touch is awesome, and maybe we'll be seeing it in more and more of those types of planes going forward now that it's getting all this love from Working Title. We're just floating here. Flaps are all the way down. Oh, maybe I needed to pull the prop back. I never fly this. Probably slam us to the ground, but at least we'll be landing. Normally you keep the prop at full forward, but I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Oh my God. So because I flew the DA-42, I reconfigured my Bravo throttle quadrant to have two throttle levers now. I have for years only had one, even if I fly a multi-engine, just to keep things really simple. But flying the DA-42, there are some times, like I was watching, man, whose video was it? Who's the real world DA-42 pilot that made a video? I was watching part of it earlier. It looks really good and really thorough. It's like an hour and a half long. Let me find the name of the pilot, but he was talking about doing using the engines asymmetrically when you're on the ground, to make taxiing easier. And I was like, all right, maybe it's finally the time that I do 2 throttle levers instead of 1. So I did that, and this whole time coming in, I was pulling back the inoperative throttle 2, which doesn't exist. That was great. This thing, I was just like, why isn't the throttle moving? Oh, right, the other handle. I had it like pulled down for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, great job, me. Phil says you'll need a 530 to use VNav. Right, it has to be like coupled to avionics that have VNav capability, which the G3X Touch doesn't have. I have a lot of learning to do. Fly from home. Yeah, is it fly from home? I was watching that earlier. I have to watch the rest of it to get better at the DA42. But okay, I think we should check out. We're in Santa Maria, so I'll respawn in Santa Maria. And let's go back to the release notes. And I do want to at least look at, there were some bug fixes. Let's see what we have. SR22. So the SR22 got an update just to fix the pitch trim on the control stick position. I just want to look at it to see it in action because that seems cool. And the SR22 is yet another working title production that we just randomly got. Like, hey, here's a whole SR22. I already bought a bunch of third-party liveries for it. All right, Santa Maria. We'll just start on the runway. Soul says, are all these fixes be put in place? Are they all put in place for tomorrow? So this is just for the this is the beta for Sim Update 15. So it's not out yet. It'll probably be another, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Who knows exactly? I don't think they've announced a date for the release of it. But yeah, if you want to opt into the beta, you can use it right now. And it's available on both the Xbox and PC. Oh, I just had a crash. All right, that was our first crash. Let me restart this sim. They did say that the sim has improved loading times as well. So I think maybe we'll see if that's true. Oh, March 12th? Did they say that already? March 12th is the release date. Oh, I didn't know that they told us already. Awesome. Where's there an update to dirt and waterways? For water, yes. One of the release notes talked about fixes to iced to frozen waterways like rivers. So what they did was they increased the minimum depth required for it to be frozen based on the temperature or something like that. So basically I think more of the waterways will not be frozen than before. Something like that. How is the sprung gear landing gear? I think it feels really good. The only plane that has it right now is the Cessna 172 G1000. And it felt good to me. There was much less rudder needed on takeoff than other planes and without the springy gear. And I feel like my landings were smoother too. And then while taxiing, it just felt different when taxiing because basically since the wheel is modeled to be like flexible and have like a left right kind of like side to side movement of the tire, when you make hard inputs or even like moderate inputs left and right on the nose wheel steering while you're taxiing, when you let go, it kind of pulls back, like rubber bands back the opposite direction after you let go. It's cool though. I mean, the landings felt smoother, just a few that I did. So I think what'll be cool is, once we see it added to more and more planes. I personally don't really fly the 172 that much. That's cool. March 12th, so it's only 4 weeks away, which is amazing. I'm curious if every single plane developer is going to have to implement. I assume they have to like kind of turn on the soft gear thing and test it with their own plane and update them, but it seems like for developers, it seems like an awesome thing. Just like every time they update the SDK and they add new capabilities into the sim for developers to use, they can take advantage of those. So this is yet another thing developers can use to make their flight model better and their ground handling better. Should be cool. Jason says it seems to be affecting more than frozen. Fly out of Nashville, I'm seeing boat docks and a creek that run through my neighborhood I've never seen before. Let me take a look at the notes. I thought it was just about, is it the depth? Yeah, this is the one I noticed. Maybe there's one I missed. Moved the iced water threshold up from 27 centimeters to 72 centimeters in order to limit the amount of wrongly frozen water in the world. So that must be something different than about like shoreline elevation data or something like that. I would think it would be in the general area. Improve FPS, reduce stutters. I guess time will tell if these things are good or not. My FPS is usually pretty good because I'm not flying around like LAX or anything like that. This is all avionics related stuff. Improve performance of glass cockpits. Initial work on improving the model matching for live traffic aircraft. So I haven't used live traffic aircraft in forever, which is up here in the flight conditions menu. So I've had this off for the longest time, mainly because live traffic in any kind of injected traffic, like the more planes you load, the more performance hit you're going to take. But it sounds like they're implementing some type of model matching improvements for that. Nameplates of AI traffic. Oh, some bug fixes. This is the ground stuff we tried, the ground handling with the new soft gears. So that's why I'm calling it soft gear, soft tire. It's a optional soft ground collision for tires and flexible gears. All right, HG, nice to see you, man. Have a good night too. Thanks for dropping in, dude. Jason says it seemed to happen with the Dune update, but not the beta. Can't find the release notes. Maybe it happened. I remember when we were using the Caribbean update. Is that World Update 16? The one that just came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. I remember looking at other rivers and waterways and shorelines and feeling like they were improved even when we weren't in the Caribbean, but I didn't see any release notes saying there was a global change. So yeah, I'm not sure. All right, they had the multi-rotor support, so this is something we'll just have to see in time. Like maybe Microsoft themselves are going to release something that's multi-rotor support. And then some Boeing stuff, not going to look at that. Longitude. I guess I could also see if the Longitude does the voice call out. It says it supports the terrain voice callouts. What is it? Terrain awareness and warning system. Voice callouts for 40, 20, 30, 10 feet. So presumably, I don't know if this is just terrain in front of you or it's going to sound like an airliner landing when it's saying 40, 30, 20, 10. And then we have the SR-22. So I did want to check that real quick. Hopefully we can load in this time. If it crashes again, then it could be that I have some third-party scenery or something here at Santa Maria. I mean, we just flew here though, right? So it should have loaded the same scenery when we just arrived here in the Cub. I'll see the SR-22. Check the trim on the stick, see how that looks. Kevo says the only lightweight traffic option includes payware. Lightweight traffic. You could do FSLTL, which is free. Do you mean like turning down how many planes there are in the sky? If you use FSLTL, which I don't really care too much about AI air traffic. Like I'm interested in multiplayer air traffic, especially lately using say intentions. It has a multiplayer feature where if we're all on the same multiplayer server, I will hear them make call outs on CTAF frequencies and stuff like that. As if you're on VATS and IVAO Pilot Edge. So to me, that's more important than seeing random real world flights. I personally don't care about that stuff. All right, so let's watch the stick in action. I'm gonna hit my electric pitch trim and we should see this move with this staying the same place. Yep. Oh, looks like it has some acceleration to it as well. Watch it just, yeah, it's increasing its speed again. Looks like there's 3 levels of acceleration. There's 1, faster, fastest. Nice. So now we can accurately set this for takeoff in between if we're doing multiple flights and stuff like that. Yeah, if you guys haven't flown the SR-22 since it got updated, this thing is incredible. So now as I'm trimming while we take off, so when I pull the stick forward and back, it does it. But if I trim, it also changes the position. I kind of love how
Warrior Tree 71 Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 09, awaiting further clearance.
I'm just have to turn that down. Sorry.
Holding short of runway 09, Warrior Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
I think they removed the volume options there. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. But I think what I love about this is this like illustrates how pitch trim works. I know like pitch trim doesn't always work by modifying the elevators themselves, but I believe in this case it does with the Cirrus, because I don't think there's like a separate elevator trim tab on the back here. It's just the elevator itself. So I guess the way it works, I've never flown one for real, of course, is you pull back on the stick and forward on the stick, it's doing that. And then if you use the pitch trim, it's just setting what the neutral position of the physical stick is. So it's kind of a really like clear way and one thing to understand how pitch trim works. Even if it, other planes are using pitch trim, actual elevator tabs on the back and not modifying the pit, like the elevator itself. Anyway, that's pretty cool. So it looks like it's working as intended now. And yeah, so if I pitch trim all the way up, yeah, so while I'm pitch trimming, I'm pushing it to try to compensate for it. And now I'm going to stall us. Yeah, I don't know. I actually have to look up whether it has its own. I don't know if there are pitch trim tabs or not on the SR-22. I think it just has authority over the elevator itself. And then, wait, do we have our pitch? I don't think we have our trim shown here, right? Yeah, so we don't have the trim shown or digitally up here anywhere. We just have, we just have this if we need to look. But between flights, if we land, at least we can set it back somewhat accurately to the takeoff position. Kevo says it hits the frames. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, FSLTL. What I was talking about was that just FSLTL lets you specify in the options how many planes are loaded in. You can set like a maximum number of VFR aircraft, ground traffic, and IFR aircraft, so you can help your frames and still have some realistic traffic that's going to move accurately on the ground. It's going to be more timely than more up-to-date real-world traffic compared to what Microsoft gives you. All right, that's pretty cool. I think we should try.
824 Foxtrot Delta, reduce speed to 160 knots. Traffic on final.
We should try out the.
Going to 160 knots. Mooning 824 Foxtrot Delta.
That's the chatter I have turned on, so that just fills the airway with the AI chatter. You can just disable that, or we can choose to listen to multiplayer as well. I want to check out I guess I could check out the longitude really quickly, put it airborne, just get to final, see if we get the voice callouts for 40, 30, 20, and 10 feet. It says it added support for it, so I don't know if that means that we actually get it. Ooh, mint green. That looks like a ice cream color right there. We're talking about ice cream, or frosting, sorry, frosting color right there. All right, we got an 8,000 foot runway. Haven't flown this in a while, so we'll see how it goes. Jason says, is it an untowered airport? Say Intentions ATC had me record a telephone number earlier for possible pilot deviation. Oh, really? I haven't gotten one of those yet. I think that over time, they've been making the AI ATC more strict. So, like a couple months ago, it was pretty forgiving, and now they're making it more real, where it'll ding you for things like that. And they actually have like a deviations leaderboard, like 30 days worth of rolling. Who's had the most deviations? I haven't had that yet, but I also haven't been using it all that often lately. Oh, Kevo says, yeah, even with three plane kills models, just flight models, you don't even know it. Oh, with even 3 planes loaded, it kills your FPS. Yeah, yeah. The more planes you have loaded, the more it messes your FPS for sure. Pitot static. Okay, parking brake on. All right, I'm just going to pretend like I set this whole thing up. So we're just going to take off and then do a very poorly done, I'm sure, traffic pattern. Oh yeah, I think I got an add-on for new interior, like a new cockpit panel for this and a couple other planes. I think this might be one of them. Like, it looks like the lighting is updated. Oh, whoops, I only did 1 engine. All right, now we have 2 engines. It's normally not this slow. This is what I get for making a big change to my setup right before the stream. Oh, did it just say 10? Let's test it. We're at 75 feet. Radio altimeter, 70. 60. Oh, we're still at 110 feet. So I'm looking at the radar altimeter, radio. Let's see if we... I thought I heard it say 10 when I was pitching down a little bit there. When I stopped our climb slightly. We have crash damage off, so don't worry, this is fine. No, we're at 30 right now. 20. Yeah, I didn't hear it then. And it said it's for the terrain awareness. And this sim is so pretty. Is it just me or is this thing beautiful? It's so pretty. Wedding cake airplane color, yeah. I'll definitely not get a frosting rating for this landing. Definitely be more on the milk end of the milk butter frosting landing rating system. Barrel roll in the longitude. Probably coming up involuntarily. We're just going to be test pilots for a minute here and just, you know, do whatever it takes to just get over here. So we have the terrain warnings. I don't think that's new. Yeah, it said added support for the callouts for 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 or 40, 30, 20, 10. But I don't think we'll hear them on final. I mean, we got at like 15 feet on our radar altimeter and didn't hear a terrain warning saying 50. So I'm not sure if they're implemented. They did say support for. This is fine. You have to enable the callouts. Oh, it just said 200. Okay, hold on, let's do active pause. All right, let me get this. You have to enable them on the GTC. So, okay. I assume it's on PFD. Maybe it's under utilities. Minimums, weight and fuel. I know we're gonna be hearing that the whole time, aren't we? Oh, you have to enable callouts just like in real life. as all of the longitude pilots in chat know. I don't know if there's something specific for the new callouts though that are in the release notes. The leftmost GTC? Oh, right. Oh god, I hate the G5000. PFD settings. Okay. Flight director single queue, wind AOA, meters, SVT. SVT's off. Okay. Are you sure that it's we're talking about the same thing? Based on the release notes for the beta, Barkus? Wind AOA, Barrow, SVT in general. I don't see any other settings in here. Not in V speeds. Let me turn that down a bit. That's gonna get very annoying. Not at minimums. Yeah, I don't know if it is in here. Flight path marker, flight director, wind, AOA. Yeah, I don't know if it's in here. Because it's not related to like, well, it says it's for the terrain awareness system, not as like a minimums call out or an after minimums pre-touchdown call out like an airliner would have. Now let me poke around a little bit more too. Temp. Propulsion. I know I did see those settings I don't know if it was in the longitude though. Mohammed says maybe try for a fully configured landing config, gear down, flaps. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll go land it either way. I'm guessing that it's not going to give us those callouts because it says they added support for it. It didn't say that they added those callouts. So these all look like they're not doing anything. Temperature units and cockpit temperature, cabin pressure. We have lights, propulsion. I don't know that we have settings for that. Yeah, these are all of the settings. Yeah, these are just our speed bugs, bearings, nav source. Yeah, I don't think it's there. I believe utilities is Navigraph settings. Oh, here it is, alerts, right? Oh, there we go. Touchdown callouts. Yes, that's it, Sean. Okay, it's under setup avionics settings. Alerts. So we already have touchdown callouts turned on. Okay, it has 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Were these in there? Does anybody that flies the longitude, do you guys know if these were in there before? Maybe it only had 100 feet before. So it does have all of them on by default. And then, but maybe that was already in there when they did the last round of updates. But here it says added support for the TAWS voice callouts for 40, 30, 20, and 10. So yeah, maybe it was limited to 50 before, but now we have 40, 30, 20, and 10. So maybe, I guess they are in there. You are both right. We'll see if they actually work though. So I do have gear down. This is going to be a horrible landing. Don't judge it. We're just testing here. I never fly jets, really. It's been a while. We don't count the Vision jet as a jet. It had them before up to 50. Oh, they were grayed out before. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so it seems like maybe they did add, here, I'll go ahead and mute the music for the landing. It seems like maybe they did add all of the ones under 50 feet, 10, 20, 30, 40. Very shallow approach here. All right, we're at 85.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Nice. All right. We do have all the way down to 10 and awesome. Well, longitude enjoyers. Feels more like an airliner now. Awesome. It's weird they said added support for the callouts instead of just saying they added the callouts. Nice. Okay, cool. That worked. So that's on by default. It looks like I didn't change any of the settings. So it looks like by default you get all of them on from like, I think it was 200, 100, and then everything below 100. Another awesome change then. Yeah, it's been a while since I've flown longitude. I think the last time I flew it, I did like 2 flights on VATSIM with it. And I had some major issues with my approaches in the GPS, in the G3000 or G5000, I guess it is. I had some really weird behavior with the G5000, and then since then I was like, maybe some of those bugs were fixed, but I was feeling pretty embarrassed about the problems I had. I was like, oh no. So I hadn't flown it since then. It's probably been like several months. All right, cool. Did we check? I think we checked all the major things. So we spent some time doing the 172 right off the bat, and that's because the 172 has the new wheel physics, the tire physics, the gear physics. So I guess in time, I mean, we'll just see that coming to every plane eventually, as Microsoft implements it and as other developers implement it. There were some bug fixes, yeah, for the G3000 and 5000. Same with the NXI, some bug fixes, 530, 430, like all of the Garmin suite things got some bug fixes. We just took a look at the G3X Touch for a bit. So yeah, I think those are the biggest things. G3X Touch, that like experimental tire physics on the 172. And yeah, lots of bug fixes. There's some bug fixes for the Boeings, but I don't really fly the jets. And then I don't know what these different TAWS alerts are here for PD8. I'm not familiar with this stuff, but for you longitude guys, yeah, we have that in the new callouts. SR22, we just looked at that. And then there's some more bug fixes with the SR22. And then, yeah, here it's listing the NX Cub, the X Cub, and then the VL3 are the 3 planes that use the G3X Touch. If you guys want to use that in the beta, those are the only 3 that have it right now. TBM, just got a couple TAWS things. 500-foot touchdown caller or call out is no longer inhibited when autopilots glide slope and glide path modes. Oh, okay. It wasn't doing the 500-foot call when you were on a glide slope. And then, yeah, a bunch of other random stuff that isn't. This is more developer stuff here. Peripherals for Yaw Monero. Cool. I think we pretty much checked everything here. Feel pretty good about that. I think the only thing left to do is to try to beat a record for a little bit. Jason says, do you seasoned sim pilots jump from plane to plane or fly one plane more often than others? I mean, I feel like for me personally, I jump around pretty often, But there's just been a lot of really, really good planes coming out recently. Like the Piper M500. Well, first Black Square stuff was coming out. So I like flew the Black Square Caravan forever. And then more recently, the Piper M500 came out, which I thought is incredible if you like glass cockpit turboprops. It's like a good alternative to the TBM 930. And then the Comanche came out, which is like the best GA plane of all time with a full walk around simulated. And that plane is #1. And that just came out on Xbox on Thursday with the Marketplace update. And yeah, so I'm still, and now the DA-42 just came out as well. So yeah, I don't know. There's just so many good planes. It's kind of hard to not bounce around. That's why I kind of love flying GA stuff more than airliners. Is with an airliner, you're sitting there in the same plane like the Phoenix forever. You're like, well, I got everything I need. And maybe like, so for me, I think I would get too bored just flying the Phoenix forever on VATSIM. Like, I want to try AI ATC. I want to try the new DA-42. I want to try all these new physics with the 172's gear. And, you know, that stuff applies so much more, it feels like, to GA. And just the rate at which GA planes come out is so much better, too. Like, there's just something new coming out all the time. So I feel like I bounce around all the time. The ornithopter, can't wait to see you use it. Yeah, yesterday's stream, I used it for like 3 hours. We did a bunch of the stuff. I just want to play around a bit more before I end the stream. So, but yeah, the ornithopter. It's really, really fun. And there's always people that get upset that they're giving us fun, free things to play with in the sim, and I'm sorry. I like having fun in the sim. It's also really nice that you can you can spend your day doing your super, you know, realistic stuff, your IFR flights with the ATC and VATSIM and all that. And then you can be like, I'm kind of done. I'm done with my 2-hour flight or 4-hour flight or whatever you do. And then you can be like, I'm going to hop in this and have some fun with the ornithopter.
There are a couple of harvesters here. This area is probably rich in spice.
Yeah, this thing is a lot of fun. I'm not going to beat my Ghost on this stream, but I think I was in like the top 30 last night, and I'm sure I've been easily dethroned way below that at this point. Oh, no. I'm gonna restart. There's no way I'm getting the record. All right, let's try again. The one thing I wish that would be improved with it, I mean, if they never improve it doesn't matter, but I wish the speed brake, it's like the wings brake, wasn't just a 100% on or off. I wish you could like actually bind an axis, like slowly slow down with it, slowly apply the wing brake. But how it works is you just, when you hit it, it just turns it on or off. It's like a toggle. It's like a hold for 100% wing brake.
This challenge includes 3 landing pads.
Oh, what is going on?
Don't forget to use the wing brake when landing.
What is?
And the afterburner on.
Oh, it turned my Toby back on. Why does it keep turning it on? And I had my gear down. Debarcus says for him he flies a particular aircraft or similar G3000, G5000 equipped for a month or two, then switched to another, like a 787. I've definitely
it's not over yet.
I've definitely been doing so much more GA stuff and like bush flying. Like we did the tour around the US in December.
Last aircraft, double check your frequency. Nobody is listening on this one anywhere near you.
Whoops, that was me. I got say intentions running again. I have my boost set to my push to talk button for this ship. Sierra says he jumps around. One plane, two. Yeah, it gets stale no matter how much you enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to not want to switch. You just get like new toys all the time. I still haven't beat the full like rescue run or whatever that's at the end of the Dune, this Dune add-on. No, no, no. Why is that happening? What? All right. Can't. Note to self: don't use the Toby. Don't use the eye tracker. I'm gonna be like 20 seconds worse than my best time. It's Dune time. I'm just not quite done for the evening. Yeah, that was my ghost of my best time so far. You just have to like tap the wing brake. Oh, only 4 seconds. That wasn't bad.
Some more practice with the
Yeah,
wing
this
brake
thing, if you guys haven't played with it, it's really fun. It has a glider mode. It has a wings fold mode where you dive. Yeah, the top 10 is very different. This guy right here, SN Userfool 1, was number 1 last night. A minute 51. What am I now, like 200? Okay, I'm 81. This is only the first of 5 time trial courses, and then there's also that like rescue mission one, which I haven't finished. Alkion says, same, less of airliners and more GA. Always go back to the Vertigo. The Vertigo is crazy. The Vertigo is just so ridiculous. What's up, Sierra? Made it late. We'll have to watch the replay. Girlfriend was a chatty Kathy. I wonder why. 81 worldwide. We can do better. Oh, I think everybody does this in third person, but
3 landing pads.
I need to turn off my Toby power.
When landing and the afterburner on takeoff.
I did this like 20 times last night after the stream. It's pretty fun. It's really challenging. The full rescue thing at the end is very challenging. I think the trick is to slam it as hard as you can onto the landing pad without getting so much damage that you end the attempt. You have to learn to be just rough enough with it, I think, to maximize. I'm trying to conserve some of the afterburner juice that we have too, but it just feels so slow. I'm trying to use it when I'm going uphill, like when I need to gain a little altitude. I don't know, like going to the right around those mountains might be better because then I can keep the pitch of it down to get my forward speed up a little bit. All right, gear down. Start pumping the brake. Oh no, 1 second behind. Hope there's nothing in front of me. I can't bring myself to do it in third person either. Why are you trying to fly into the ground? Because it's a dragonfly. It's kind of like a helicopter. So I have to aim low in order to gain speed. What is that plane? It's from Dune, the movie. Yeah, it's like a dragonfly. 5 seconds.
But you'll need more practice with your wing brake to get better.
You have to try flying. It's really fun. Supposedly, somebody yesterday when I was trying it, because the Dune thing just came out yesterday, and it's free. If you guys haven't tried it, like when you're done with your serious stuff or semi-serious flying in regular planes, try it out. It's free. It's super fun. The movie is supposed to be really entertaining. Like I still have to finish it. I watched like 20 minutes of it, but the purists are cursing Flight Sim for this update. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I had a guy comment on my stream video yesterday, and he, after the video had been, it's a VOD, so he was replaying it, watching it, and he commented just to complain. He said something like, he said, like, is this a game for kids now? And something like, I can only imagine what, like, I'm just making up the voice, of course, but to me, it's probably like this nasally, angry sound. And then he said something like, isn't it just fantasy at this point? As if flying a Boeing 747 as somebody who's maybe never flown in real life or maybe done a discovery flight or something, as if that's not fantasy. Like, come on, like any of us flying as a single pilot in any airliner is fantasy, regardless of how many times you've flown in a sim or in real life. It's all fantasy. Sure, it can be very realistic, and we can do things like use VATSIM and learn phraseology, and maybe, I don't know that somebody has a certified, like, for logging actual flight hours on their sim in their home setup. I really doubt it. But yeah, you could get it to the point where you're using Microsoft Flight Sim to log hours at a flight school or something for your real pilot hours, like your log. I get it, but yeah, it is for kids. Most of us are probably playing Flight Sim because we played it when we were a kid ourselves. Like, we played Flight Sim from the 80s or 90s or earlier, whatever it is. Or, you know, even before then, like playing even like sci-fi ones, like playing like TIE Fighter, X-Wing, Wing Commander, games like that. Anyway, I just pull out the popcorn and laugh at it. I try not to reply to any of it. It's just, those people are going to be angry about everything. It's all kind of fantasy. Yeah. You're not a 747 pilot. Sorry, dude. That person fits that meme that everyone's been throwing around of like, hey, Captain, I got 300 hours in Flight Sim. I'll be in the back if you need me. That would be the person that actually literally says that to the captain of a real Airbus or a real Boeing when they get in it. Like, the rest of us look at that and laugh. That person actually does that, you know? It's just... I still enjoy having fun as an adult, you know, and this is fun. So I'm gonna, even if I'm failing every single time doing this, I'm still gonna have fun doing it after I, you know, learn some new avionics and do an AI or a VATSIM flight and try to be realistic. It's just, yikes. DCS is funny. I witnessed players telling real military pilots what's realistic or not. Like, I feel excited every time I talk to a real pilot. I'm sure a good portion of you guys are real pilots. Whenever you guys have like insights, about how planes really feel or what the real procedures are, it's awesome to talk about that stuff. But I think even as real pilots, you recognize 80+% of people that are playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, they're not real pilots. They're not in training for it. For various reasons, like a medical reason, an age reason. Like me, I'm just not into it. I'm kind of scared of it. I don't think that I'll do it in real life. You know, and you guys that are like rational people understand the difference. I mean, it's cool that we can chat here as simmers and real pilots and enjoy the same thing and learn from each other. A simmer probably knows one or two things that you don't know as a real pilot because they've flown a different plane type you haven't flown in real life, and they can teach you because they've spent hundreds of hours in it, you know? Like, I like the difference. I like the kind of the camaraderie in a way that real pilots and simmers can have when we chat with each other. It's fun. I am definitely not succeeding here. This is way too far away. Get in, dude. So the strat here is you have to land really close to the pilot. What prompted this? Just there are people, a small portion of flight simmers who get really angry when something like this is released in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it's happened... we're going to lose instantly because the sandstorm's right here. RIP. But it happened first when the Halo expansion... I think it was at the 30th anniversary of Halo? Alright, we're done. This is way too slow. I forget, was it the 30th anniversary of Halo or something like that? Which is a Microsoft property. And they released a drop ship, an alien ship from Halo in Flight Simulator. You could optionally download and fly it around. It was fun. It even had like a little like zip disk looking thing you could press in the cockpit or the flight deck, and it would play the Halo theme song. It was just good fun, and people got angry at that. They're like, that's not realistic. It's not a real thing.
I need immediate extraction.
So once again, this got released yesterday, and those same types of people are all angry about it. Why is there something from a movie that's fictional in my flight simulator? And it's not unless they install it. Like, it's not in their flight simulator. So they're getting angry about this being available to people. Which, by the way, there are flying cars and stuff available for people as well. There's a lot of funny things. I'm sure a bunch of you guys watch Swiss, and he always plays with hilarious things like putting a plane on top of a plane and flying it. Just really silly stuff. Like, we can have fun as well.
Land as close to the wreck as possible. Every second counts.
Oh no, I'm overshooting it. I'm so done. Oh, that was pretty good actually. Okay, I mean, it took me too long, but this is where I need to be able to land.
I'm in.
I don't think...
Our best chance is
Why
the
did it take that
botanical
long?
station. It's on the other side
It
of
took
these
way too
mountains.
long.
Let's move. The storm is closing in on us.
Oh, I didn't... Did I put my gear down? I don't think I put my gear down.
It's getting too close. Faster! Faster!
I don't know if it resets the sandstorm timer as you're like getting to these parts or not either.
Move! Move!
That was me folding and unfolding the wings. Saw someone on the internet do that. Somebody on the flight sim, Microsoft Flight Sim forum posted their successful run, stealing their tips. Not this one though. They didn't do this. Oh, it's over. No, it's right there. Oh, too bad. Can we do our next group flight with the ornithopter? I think we could end it. Yeah, we do the group flights on Saturday. I would be down to end the flight, bringing the ornithopters to LAX or something like that. Ornithopter, orthocopter. I already forget the name. It's for somebody with a more of a scientific mind that can remember a word like that. Hey Ming, what's up?
I have a problem. I've lost the engines.
You need to
Gonna make
boost
an
using
emergency
glide
landing.
mode. Oh wait, do you go faster with?
The storm is getting close.
Let me try that.
I need
Glide mode with the
immediate
afterburner.
extraction.
The problem is we have.
West of your position.
So you're saying without glide mode on, we're losing speed because of the wings flapping? But the problem is we have a limited amount of afterburner juice. Have I seen Dune? No, I've only seen like 20 minutes of it. I was trying to scramble and watch some of it before yesterday's stream and I failed.
Land as close to the wreck as
I watched the part when they
possible.
got
Every
in the
second counts.
ornithopter. Oh no, I'm way too far. I don't know that it makes a huge difference. Okay, the running takes longer, but now that he's here, it takes like, look, he's already in, right? What are we waiting for?
In. Our best chance is the botanical station. It's on the other side of these mountains. Let's move. The storm is closing in on us.
I'll never beat this. It'll never happen. Raccoon says, I was surprised I was able to complete the rescue mission. I'm usually trash. Thanks a lot. You know, just keep rubbing it in.
It's getting too close. Faster! Faster!
Yeah, I think turning off the... I don't know if the glide is helping. Maybe through here it'll help. It's in glide mode right now. This is where you're supposed to do this. Probably easier in third person as well.
Over there! Head to the station. It's our only chance.
No. Yeah, it's I don't think it's gonna happen, honestly. The music's epic. Oh yeah, I actually, so I got it wasn't a copyright strike, but my my replay of the stream got demonetized. Not that it matters, but it got demonetized because of the soundtrack being played in the game, which is kind of annoying that that's a thing. Photogrammetry for the rock formations. The rocks look great. I think it's just all custom, and you know, people are hoping that you can fly around this outside of the challenges, but it doesn't look like a thing you can do right now.
The storm is getting close.
Third person isn't as realistic. I know, I can't bring myself to use third person.
Northwest of your position.
I want to use first person all the time. You have this view too, which is pretty nice. If you hit down on your hat, you don't want to clip your wings. You know what might be smart is to approach it from the left side here, so I'm kind of lined up. I feel like I'm losing time making that initial turn.
Land as close to the wreck as possible. Every second counts.
I wish you would start running before we land. Come on, man. Can we take off as soon as he disappears, or do we have to wait for the voice? Let's try it. Look, he disappeared. We're out.
I'm in.
Oh, you can. Oh, no, no. Oh, no. Okay, okay. You can take off as soon as he disappears. There's like a 2 or 3 second delay when he disappears and when he says, okay, I'm in. Probably because he's like he's buckling himself in. Yeah, that was slow landing. Yeah, 100%. Okay, you can leave as soon as he says it. That's the pro tip we needed, or that I probably needed.
The storm is getting close. I need immediate extraction. I'm northwest of your position.
Rock is rock, yeah. The same material for everything. Waiting on him to buckle up. Yeah, he's in there like pouring himself a juice or whatever. Pouring himself some of that delicious 10,000 year technology beer, whatever they have in the year 10,000. So I think there's like 2 phases to this. It seems like it resets the timer or something once you get to, oh no. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't count as a crash. Do we actually have to be on the ground?
I'm in. Our best chance is the botanical station.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's on the other side of these mountains.
I have to let go of I have my
Let's move. The storm
afterburner button on my throttle lever on the Honeycomb Bravo. And then I also have my gear over there, so I have to like take my hand, like get the throttle up first, then get my hand off the afterburner, put the gear up. Do I have to land?
This is gonna be...
No! No! Come on! Oh. Alright. One more try, then I'm calling it a night. I'm gonna go get myself a hamburger or something. one
I have a
more.
problem. I've lost the
One
engines.
more
Gotta
game.
make an emergency landing.
Was that commercial for that little ice hockey thing in the basement those kids
The
are
storm
playing?
is getting
One more
close. I
game.
need immediate
Our
extraction.
gear is up. Our gear is
I'm northwest
down.
of your position.
Oh, time compression. Yeah, can we use time acceleration? In-N-Out Burger down by the Radford.
Land as close to the wreck as possible. Every second counts. I'm in. Our best chance is the botanical station. It's on the
Our
other side of these
troubles
mountains.
are over, dude.
Let's move.
Go by the
storm
In-N-Out.
is closing in on us.
Some burgers, beers, a few laughs.
It's getting too close. Faster! Faster! Move! Move! Over there! Head to the station. It's our only chance.
Don't mind my girlish laugh. That was scary. Wait, there's no way.
This is gonna be tight.
Oh, we have to go in? Oh, we have to go down. Do we have to go down and in? No. Wait, do we have to land or do we go down? We go down, don't we? Like into a hole? I was breaking that whole time at the end. Okay, maybe I lied. One more. Wait, do you guys know, does it go straight down into like a tunnel? Like a manhole cover? Oh, you go into the hole. Oh, I was braking. Okay, okay. You dive down.
I have a
Oh,
problem.
it's.
I've
I can
lost the
taste it.
engines.
I
Gotta
don't.
make an emergency landing.
I can almost taste the victory and the In-N-Out Burger at the same time.
The storm is getting close. I need
So I didn't need to put my gear down. I
extraction.
put my gear down and was hitting my
I'm
air
northwest
brakes.
of your
That's my
position.
excuse. Land in it? Wait, do you land in it or you just go down in it as fast as you can? Can I just dive into the hole? Do you have to fly through the holes in the mountain? Can you go over it? I don't know, actually. I haven't tried to go over them. Whoops, wrong camera.
Land as close to the wreck as possible. Every second counts.
Oh! Alright, dude, come on.
I'm in. Our best chance is the botanical station. It's on the other side of these mountains.
You dive in, chop, and drop? Okay.
Let's move. The storm is closing in
You
on us.
landed in it, the storm was right on top of you. How did you have that much time? That's crazy.
It's getting too close. Faster! Faster! Move!
Just want to stay like jackknifed this whole time. Oh no, I failed. No. Oh. Today is not the day, boys. It's not the day. Okay, I can be done. I can be done. Okay. I'm gonna get a burger, beer, a couple of beers, a few laughs. You know how it is. All right, guys. Good game. Thanks for hanging out while we checked out the release notes and capped it off with some Dune. Yeah. Stuff looks great. Can't wait for the tire model. Can't wait for G3X Touch and all the planes. Gonna be great. Mountain, thanks for the gifted sub again earlier. Thanks for, the gifted memberships. And Tim, Rezer, Alligator, thanks for the membership too. And Jerry and Ming, thanks for the subs. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow night, we're going to do Marketplace Thursday. Marketplace Roulette, also known as Marketplace Roulette. So a bunch of the new releases tomorrow evening, right after the update, like an hour or two after it updates, I'll be on again. And we're going to go through a bunch of new Marketplace stuff and try things out, see what sucks, see what's awesome. And yeah, just spend some of the YouTube money, you know? All right, guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you on the Discord if you're there. And if you want to join, the link to the Discord's in the video description and in the chat as well. All right, guys, have a great night or day wherever you are in the world. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night, hopefully. Peace.